Welcome back with me, BJ, the Book Man himself. You could call me the Book of Juice if you want. And we are here to continue playing through Humankind. This is our third trial and our most promising one so far. As you can see, we currently have quite a number of territories. Our city is currently composed of only two territories over there, but also we have outposts here, 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 and here. So we're going to continue this game and then we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can erect a second city soon. Because if we don't, our production might be a little bit too slow. So, before we start, let me go move to our full screen. There you go. And we're on! So what have we been doing? We have been moving our ideologies slowly but surely towards tradition. Everything else has been balanced so far, but we are going to be trying to we're going to try to go for collectivism over here because the way I see it is that collectivism, the choices taken emphasize socialized measures, regulation on the economy, collectivized decisions, etc. It's a group of people who want to. You know what? I might actually change that. Individualism might be more my style. The choices taken emphasize deregulation, shifting of power to. Okay. So it's capitalism versus socialism, huh? I am going to move more towards socialism, I guess, for this one, trying to go for worldly so that we can simulate the idea that every single city or island is going to be its own entity that's just collectively under our federation. That's the feel that we're trying to get, right? Next is authority versus liberty. We're going to try to go towards liberty. And then we're going to try to be a little bit traditionalist, so we are going to uphold tradition over progress. Although we can't always follow this because sometimes we just need science. Like in our last session, we had to choose the progress version of events because we needed the science. What else? We are also slowly converting everyone around us to Papa God, our current religion. Papa God is already the dominant religion in our area and also in the immediate city beside us. And then animism, I think this is a bit of a glitch. This used to be the name of our religion, and then we renamed it to Papa God. Papa God is also being Papa God is also being the center of religion here in this area. I don't think we've met Orange, so we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. We are currently the Phoenicians, which means that access to we're going to have access to C units relatively early. But on that note, I've been thinking of changing this. We're going to finish fishing because we want our havens as soon as possible. But we can hold off on sailing, I think, because even when we do get the Byrene, it's not really going to be very useful to us because it's just going to be shallow water and they can't really help in non-naval warfare yet. And unless our opponents also go for naval units, then it's not really going to matter, isn't it? So we're still planning on getting that because fishmonger is pretty good for us. But until then, I think we should first get calendar so that we can start mining our luxury resources and then move on to writing so that we can get our market quarter because the market quarter will help us get more gold or money. That's the symbol for money, so that we can pursue our merchant stars, which will be giving us, well, it should be giving us more fame than this. It's probably all right. US stars unlocked this turn would grant zero fame. It's because we're already at the end of this particular turn number 19, right? So Let's turn these off so that we can admire the graphics. Over here, this is for our first luxury deposit, Sage. There's also... Are those eyes? Did you see that? The cave had eyes. Hmm. I wonder if that's part of the game somehow. Other than that, I think we're going to want to start making archers. Can we already make archers? Let's check. Yeah, we can already make archers because we can't run on scouts the whole time. We'll have to upgrade our army somehow.
Ein äußerst großzügiges Angebot.
So, the Harapans want to trade luxuries
A
with us.
request from a friend is not a thing to be taken lightly.
It's not a thing to be taken lightly. They currently don't have a lot of resources. So, this is just an empty gesture. They're hesitant though, so let's accept that for now. It's
My
good to be
people will
friends.
profit from this proposal. We accept.
Ausgezeichnet.
So it's good to be friends with the Harapans. Where are the Harapans? They're blue. Alright. I think we are currently saving up for a second city. But if we can afford it, we could probably erect a new territory here. Because I suddenly noticed that there are two anomalies here, waterfall anomalies. And the waterfalls will probably have good yields. Yeah, 3 food. So I would like to have harbors here, even if we're never going to build ships in this area. So that's something. But how much will it cost us? 30 influence. Uh, it's not a. That's a lot for what we're trying to do. But also, hmm, it could be very nice though, because this is a river area. Yeah, let's move them there, and then keep the other two on auto patrol, so that they can discover more anomalies or more curiosities rather. We've also learned from the previous playthrough that we should try to avoid fighting animals, beasts, within our city limits because it will disrupt the industry of that turn for that city. So that's something to keep in mind. This one, where are you going? Let's move you back to the capital. Or rather, get you to heal. Yeah, that's better for you. These guys should be fine. You could combine with them, I guess. Or you could go to the city, dissolve yourself, and then we can make an archer from them. Yeah, that's a good idea, right? We're currently making a maker's quarter over here so that we can exploit this mountain, this river, and this river. Yes. All right. We're going to end the turn. Before we do that, I gave this the title BJtopia because I kind of want to change the name of our city. This main city becomes BJtopia. Yeah, we now have the city of BJtopia, and hopefully this works out well for us. Let us move to turn number 20.
So these are the Chol. With luck, they'll prefer thinking and meditating to unleashing their chariots.
Looks like we found the show. Those, that's the show with Mugyo Ying as the avatar for the Tso. Let's see what we can do. We can offer to trade luxuries, but there's really no reason to do that at the moment. So we'll leave that there. We'll turn these off again. We're currently at 99 influence. Our influence got a little bit faster because now we also control Kawa Ijin. Sorry. We've been controlling Kawa Ijin, but now we also control Yellowstone over here. At least I believe it's over here. Yes, there you go. It provides +1 industry and +1 vision range, in addition to stability on city or outpost, so it might be good to erect our secondary city here in Zaurak. And then from there, move here, here wise. Yeah, that looks like a good idea. So this one, uh, this one should keep doing what he's doing, what they're doing rather. And this character can ransack this for gold. What do you mean no valid target? Confirm the tile to ransack. There you go. So we will be ransacking that. And this group can move there. Ooh, who are you?
You have my ear. Tell me what you wish to discuss.
The Egyptians are hesitant towards us, so maybe they won't attack. Let's see. In the meantime, do I really want you guys to return? Not really. I want you guys to heal and then move there. So let's try that. One more turn of healing. Yeah, move there. Then heal again. Then let everybody else move. They're currently scouting the perimeter. This guy is already here. Now, if I want to turn Zaurak into a city, I will need 160 influence. That's quite a ways away. Did we already move to calendar? Yeah, we moved to calendar and writing. And BJtopia's BJtopia's stability is still pretty good. So we're all good, we're all good. I kind of want to move some people here so that our project can finish faster. Like that. -1 in 112 turns, that's okay. Did that make things faster? I don't think it did. 3 turns. Still 3 turns. I don't know. Should we do it? Let's keep it like this for now. So it will increase in 1 and then we can move some population to industry. Right? Let's do it. What do we have? The people of Deneb converted to Papa God. Alright, cool, cool. Word of your empire has now reached the Tsao. Pretty good. The nomadic tribe reached the ancient era with the Tsao. Yeah, alright. Then population gain. Aselius Tertius population has gained 1. That is... Which one is that? I think it's that one. Yeah. We can alternatively go tall and start attaching these territories. But I think our priority right now is a new city. I say that, but this one's worth 30. Do we have civics that will help us? Show civics. Hello, Small World of Jay. Hello, Jay. What's the biggest difference compared to the Civ series? There's actually a lot. They are the same genre in that they're both 4X historical strategy games, but I think that is where the similarities end because Humankind works more on a principle of territories. If you're looking at the screen right now, the map is actually divided into natural territorial boundaries. And instead of building your city wherever you want, you can get your army to create an outpost on that particular area. And when they create an outpost, it becomes your territory. So if other people try to ransack your outpost, it will be a grievance against you. And eventually you can attach territories to each other, which will make it like a one big city. Like for example, currently BJtopia is attached to Kerha. It's a lot of it is area control, and the tech tree is still here because there's still a technology screen. I like the UI of the technology screen better than the Civ one because the Civ one can get very complicated, especially when they get to culture. The analog to culture here is the civics tree, which is which is centered around a bunch of axes. Like, for example, collectivism versus individualism, world versus homeland, liberty versus authority, and tradition versus progress. So instead of having like a very complex culture tree, what you have instead is this set of decisions that you will make that can skew your society towards one or the other spectrum, and then your static bonuses will change depending on what you're doing. And what I like about this is that it doesn't look complex. It doesn't look like this super complicated chart that you barely even look at anyway. And then what else? I think another thing here is that the AI is very aggressive. Like even when you are fighting with aggressive AI in Civilization, like for example, someone like Alexander the Great or Queen Gorgo of Sparta in Civilization 6, you know what presses their buttons. In this one, the avatars are going to be created either preset or some of them are streamers. Like let's look for a streamer.
If you seek the greater good, then I would know you better.
This one is Gamer Zach. It's based on his playstyle. So he's loyal, he's militarist, and he's introvert. But even someone who is very careful can be very aggressive towards you. And if you raise their war support high enough, if they raise their war support high enough, they might go to war with you. What else? What else is the difference between Civ 6 and Humankind? Humankind, there's only one way to win in Humankind, and that's through the fame score. Currently, I'm leading on fame with 210. So all acts, whether it's military actions or cultural actions, will contribute to a bunch of your fame stars here. Every era has its own fame stars, and then every culture has its own preferred way of gaining fame stars. In which case, Phoenicians are merchants, so we can earn stars we can earn more fame if we pursue the merchant star goals. And then once you get 7 stars, you can progress to the next era. So unlike Civilization, wherein you will progress to the next era regardless of what you have been doing, the progression here entirely depends on what you were doing. If you have been very slow on your stars, then it's possible that you will lag behind on the eras. Although there's also the competitive spirit era star, which is basically like all right, everybody else is on the next era other than you, so here's a star. So it's a catch-up mechanic, I guess. What else? So at the end of the game, if you have the most fame, then you win. And then there's just, instead of waiting for the win condition, there are end game conditions. I suppose you would know. I'm not much of a board gamer myself, as you probably already know. I know you are. But I suppose that's one way of looking at it. But in a way, 4X has really been very board gamey, even before, right? So we'll see. Now, where were we? Currently, we are trying to get influence so that we can erect a second city. What that means is that we want to change one of these outposts into a city, and look, there's a trespasser. This is the Olmecs. Olmecs are hesitant against us. Let's try to be nice. Let's propose a non-aggression pact.
So, tell me, shall we become closer?
So they're willing
You'll need to offer more.
to sign a non-aggression pact if I give them 50 money. Shit, I don't have a lot of money.
Surprising. I will watch more closely.
On that note, though, I don't want a war right now, so I'm going to accept this so that if they betray us, they will get a negative penalty. So let's accept this for now.
We accept, and we should celebrate the agreement.
Pleasing news. Yes.
Say Olmecs. Yeah, I mean, Humankind is, well, 4X games in general. They are very, what's the word? They require a certain amount of commitment to enjoy, because it takes a long time to play games like this, right? So let's see. we did the thing with the Olmecs, and then this is we're trying to get this territory, but I'm not sure I want to proceed with it yet because I'm trying to get 160 influence, and claiming a new outpost here is worth 30. We'll try to bank it for now. Let's just station them there. Now the drawback here is that if Gamer Zack attempts to expand from Maikini and try to get this, there's nothing we can do about it if we don't put down the outpost first. But there's nothing much we can do about it. We really need the influence right now. On the plus side, we're about to progress with our technology for fishing, which means we can finally create our havens. So let's end the turn. Go to turn number 21. Yeah, it's a time dump. Yes, actually, that's also partly why I'm playing Humankind on stream. Because on stream, I can always say that I will just play 1.5 hours. And I can't deviate from that too much because I also upload my VODs on YouTube. So if I like play a marathon, it's going to be, it has to be planned. So far, it has been working out well for me. Although, depending on my energy levels, I kind of want to record 2 sessions today. Because it's going to be Monday tomorrow and I won't be playing for a while. And I want to be able to upload videos every 2 days. So we'll see. Fishing research. Imagine not a single fish caught with crude spear, but a net heaving with a writhing silver scale catch. We now have access to the haven and the infrastructure for fishery.
So these are the Babylonians. It can only be an advantage to have a neighbor as smart as you are.
Alright. I like the narrator here, but I must admit also, because Civ 6 had Sean Bean, that I kinda miss Sean Bean. It's hard to match Sean Bean. So currently, what are we doing? This guy I want to put here, and then this band. By disbanding, they vanish, and then they enter as population for our units. Sorry, for our city. And we have been trying to make this maker's quarter go faster, but I think whatever we do, it's stuck at 2 turns to go. So we can just queue. Let's queue our haven. There are certain spots that are very good for havens, like for example here, +7 +6. Here, +6 +4. That's +6 food and +4 money. +7 +6 is nice. It's actually not very good. I've seen this get to double digits. I wonder why it's not so good. Anyway, I think it's better to put it here because our outpost here is closer to the shore, which means we could put more infrastructure here to provide other adjacency bonuses later. So that's what we're going to do. And +8 from synergies on districts is that's actually inconsistent. Placement details say +8s, but the icon says +6. I wonder which one is correct. Well, there's a +6 over there. There's a +6 over here. You know what? Let's just put it in. It's gonna be several turns away anyway.
For both of our aspirations.
Yes, friend. Say what you wish. I will listen.
Okay. So, Mugyu Ying is loyal, which means if they become our allies, they're unlikely to betray us. They're unlikely to break treaties. But they're also vindictive, which means even though we're currently in the ancient era, if we do something to piss her off now, even all the way to the modern era, they will remember it. So let's see. They're hesitant towards us. If we trade luxuries with them, there's really nothing to trade at this moment because I think they just advanced to the ancient era from the Neolithic era, so they wouldn't have the resources yet. But if we counter, it's not our fault if they refuse. But if they accept, we get 5 money. And we do want as much money as we can because that is our favored era star. So let's see. Another thing that I failed to mention earlier is that one major difference between humankind and civilization is that in humankind, in every era, you have the option to progress to a different culture. So I am the Phoenicians now, but when I go to the classical era, for example, I can go to the Romans and focus on the expansionist nature of the Roman Empire, which is interesting because that models how humankind works through the ages. Like Babylon didn't always exist all the way to the modern era. It existed in a specific era, and then eventually some other culture grew on top of what used to be Babylon. And that's cool because in Civ, if you have your unique unit and your unique unit is an ancient era unit, that's the only time your choice of civilization will matter, and then later on it doesn't matter as much. So in this case, your choices will matter in every case. And also, you have like legacy traits. Like for example, from the Neolithic era, we were storytellers, so we had a bonus from that. And then right now, as the Phoenicians, we have trading pioneers, which will carry over into the next eras, even though we're no longer the Phoenicians. And don't mind me. This is how I'm playing this game. I am really like talking a lot while I am thinking about my choices. That's why this is actually the third session already, and I am just on turn 21 because I like talking about my decision making process, which works well for a 4X game because it's turn based. So, you know, where are we? Ah yes, we were talking to Mugyu Ying, to the Tso. The Tso wants to trade luxuries. That doesn't really do anything for us right now, so we'll just counter. I expect them to refuse, but if they don't refuse, that's 5 money.
No, thank you. Take your feeble proposal elsewhere.
I
Fine.
do not understand or appreciate what you have done.
So there. Let's move on from them. These runners, I kind of want to separate one of the runners, move them back into the city. Okay. There is a hostile tribe here of archers. That is a bit of an issue for us because we don't have military units. I was going to use the others to explore, but given what we see here, I think it's better to go and defend. These guys will ransack here. These guys will try to move here. And then let's see what these guys want to do. This is a neutral faction, by the way. They're not a major culture. They're just a nomadic tribe that found its way into our territory. So let's see.
Greetings. I'm a good neighbor and a loyal friend, as long as you don't cross me.
So the Babylonians are controlled by the avatar Walinong Sari, who is impulsive and an introvert. All right. There's actually an option in Humankind to create your own avatar and share it on games together, which is Sega. I think it's no, it's Amplitude Studios forum, and you can share your avatar. That's why my avatar kind of looks like me, not quite, but it's the closest I could get. And then later on, I could unlock specific archetypes that I could put into my AI version so that you can technically play against me, so to speak. Which is kind of cool, right? I kind of like that. I hope there's an option to like record your own voices, but I doubt it. Or at least choose your voices because I did not choose the voice for this particular avatar. Do we have something? There's nothing to trade, so we'll just leave the Babylonians alone for now. Anything else that we've missed? That Sao refused my treaty. That was their treaty. We just counter offered. Then let us watch this troop of archers with great interest, shall we? Where are you going? What are your plans? These mercenaries. Can we? Can we reach them? No, not yet. That's a problem. They are archers. They are actually more powerful than my scouts, but we do have more. So in terms of raw power, we have more. So as long as the thing about the thing about archers is that if we get close to them, they melt really quickly. But at range, they're pretty formidable. So let's see. What else do we have? Oh, there's a lot of new treaties.
We've been going nowhere. Shall we try forward?
This from you could be interesting.
The Babylonians attacked me? Let's get back to you later, huh? When did you attack me? Oh, you attacked me here. Open. We are evenly matched. What does the terrain look like? Looks like they will have the advantage. Let's just retreat. I don't think we need to fight that if we can. And then now that that crisis has happened, I could demand compensation for what they have done, or I could renounce it, meaning that it happens. For now, they're impulsive and introvert, so let's demand.
Your transgressions anger me. You must pay for my goodwill.
You have hit the rock bottom of my contempt and hatred.
So what's happening here? Now that I made a demand, every turn I will get bonus grievances to increase my war support. Now, I cannot properly declare war on them. I can declare a surprise war, but that gives you the traitor trait, which is bad for trade. To declare a proper war with them, I need 80 war support. So currently, I'm at 50 war support against Walinong Sari. But because of this crisis, I now have a static war support gainer. And at 80, I could choose to declare war against them, which could be good for our military stars later on. But we'll see. The Phoenicians are not really known for fighting, but neither are the Babylonians, so it's a good idea to try to be hostile with them if they're trying to push us around. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, the ransacking here has completed, so we can go back to... Oh, there's a mammoth. Can we take a mammoth? I don't think we can take a mammoth. Maybe we can. But there is also an army here that's trespassing. So we'll err on the side of caution for now.
Come over here.
And just protect this outpost.
We'll keep an eye out there.
And now we have an event. This is another thing that is different from Civilization. Because Humankind has a set of random events. Currently, there's 150, so the repetition is actually fairly common. But I still get the occasional thing that I haven't seen before. So this one is the Growing Faithful. The Empire's religion grows. More and more followers coming into the faith every day. Some practice their beliefs through ceremonies led by priests, while others guide their own worship. It is time to give blessing to one of these means. So, this is a civic choice. We could either go for communal rights, which will push towards collectivism, or personal rights, which will push towards individualism. Currently, we are at equilibrium, which means that we cater to both tendencies and ideologies, rather, and it provides stability to our cities. If we skew to the right, we get less stability, but we get more money, for example. But here, we get more industry naman. I'm tending towards personal religious rights, because from a roleplay perspective, I like the idea that instead of having an organized religion, everyone practices their religion on their own. That said, I am waiting for influence to increase so that I can make my second city. So at the moment, this is not a feasible choice for us. We can choose to ignore it for now and leave it here on the civic tree. and then get back to it when our influence starts to skyrocket. In my experience, the civics tree starts out slow but starts to snowball after a while. So we'll leave that alone for now. Our main concern are these archers, because currently the Minoans are violent. The armies of this are violent, independent people, and they will attack on sight. That's why they have the lightning icon. If you see a peace icon, then they are, like for example, a mammoth is peaceful. They will not attack unless provoked. So that's what we have. So far so good. And let's end this turn so that our industry can get finished. Here we go. So now that they are living in permanent settlements, villagers want to track the changes of the seasons and organize a planting of crops. What this gives us are, number one, it allows us to start mining our luxury resources. And we can also now create a granary, which will give us more food per farmer's lot. So that's cool. More importantly, our maker's quarter is finished, so that increased the industry of BJtopia. Yeah. Ooh, we're starting to lose food now. Our food is at -5, which means our population will drop unless we do something about it. So there are some stuff that we could do. Right now, we're building a haven, which will provide us with food once it's completed. So that should be fine. As you notice also, the maker's quarter is now done, so our stability starts to drop. Every industrial district, or every, what's the term? Every district that we create will have penalties to stability. Well, not all, but most of them. The idea of it is that the more you build, the harder it is to manage the empire. Okay. Also, we now have 184 influence, which means we can actually create a new city now. So this one has 11 food and 10 industry and 10 money and 1 science. Okay. This one has 11, 11, 0, 1. Deneb has 13, 12, 0, 1, but it's farther inland. So if I want to connect it to the rest of my territory, it's a little bit harder. So it's a choice between Acellus Tertius and Zaurak. I think I will prefer Zaurak, so that I can immediately start creating havens here. Plus, Zaurak has the Natural Wonder, which gives us a bonus to stability. It's not our capital, so it will start at a lower stability. The bonus will help. So, alright. We are going to turn Zaurak into our second city. Let's do it! Evolve Outpost to city. Great. Great. We already have 1 population here. Generally, a new city, I will lock the city growth so that it will focus on growing itself. Basically, a city growth will focus on food and industry before filling out money and science for population. Although you can, of course, do things manually also if you want. Alright. So, what do we have here? Most of our adjacency bonuses for this particular city is going to be industry based. I think the first thing we have to do then is to increase the food so that Sidon will gain population faster. That makes sense, right? Let's see. Food here, +3, not so good. +4, not so good either. This one's +7, at the cost of some industry. No. I don't think that's a good choice. So instead, we're going to just build a haven. It does produce food on its own. So let's do that. Haven here. Yeah, why not? 8-6, 4-4, 3-2, 6-4. That's the best one we have at the moment. So We're building it there. Then what else needs our attention? These group of archers who have been harassing, who's going to be harassing us. So let's try attacking them. Manual battle. Okay. Humankind battles, if you are the attacker, that means you can try to capture their flag. You don't have to necessarily kill everyone. If you can use one of your units to go to the flag and keep the flag for more than one turn, you win the battle. So for now, our positioning is actually not the best. Some of us are on rivers. But then again, so are they. So rivers provide a -3 penalty, basically. But we do have the high ground, and in Humankind, the high ground is one of the most important advantages that you can have in combat because it provides a +4. So, you know, it's nice to Obi-Wan the whole thing. Let's keep this deployment. Yeah, so we go first, and they're archers, and we are beside them. I think we have this. So as you can see, +4 from high ground, +2 from having friendly units beside me. But -3 from crossing the river. But then again, they also have -3.
All together.
Charge!
Yeah, archers melt to melee. So let's just keep doing this.
Charge!
Now the archers get to make one turn. Here we go. They do deal a lot of damage, so that's a problem.
Let's go.
So we'll move them here. Move this guy here. Attack with this guy. Attack with this guy. And I think we win. That's what you get for trying to harass BJtopia. Battle at BJtopia is a victory. Now the main problem here is that since we... Oh, okay. We fought far enough from the capital that it did not disrupt our processes. Last time we had a fight, it disrupted us for one turn. So that's something to learn. What else do we need? Alright, you can reform. They're now combined together and we're just waiting for them to heal. While these runners from... Which culture is this? The Egyptians are being pretty menacing. Then let's see. They are not... Sorry, that's so. We haven't fought that so. They have oppressed my people. You are concerned for the people of Alberio for the unjust rule of the Tso. The Tso haven't done anything to us. Let's just renounce this grievance.
Your behavior is far from perfect, but I am magnanimous.
But I am magnanimous.
Take your whining elsewhere.
Fine. You're lucky I like you, Miu Ying. The Babylonians yielded. Really? Did you pay me money?
This stretches my code, but not to breaking point.
Oh, they did give me
We
money.
thank you. We almost feel kinship with you.
Alright. Yeah, the Babylonians have accepted the demand made by the Phoenicians. So what that does is that they gave us what our demand, I think it was money. And in return, they did get +10 war support, but our war support is now starting to drop because apparently they're not willing to go to war over this slight of attacking my units. So far so good. I am seeing more neutral units spawning now. The Acadians. That means they have a city somewhere. Can we claim territory here? No, we need more influence for that, which means that's for the next turn or turn number 24. Let's do it. Okay, so we have a new turn. We now have 57 influence. The nice thing about this is that instead of building the artisan's quarter over our luxury item here, the sage, we can just spend our merchant affinity to automatically grow that. Or we could even do that with our friends. Although we are not seeing a lot of, oh, there's obsidian over there. Plus 2% industry, huh? And there's also silk over there, also industry based. Can we use this here? Oh, we can. All right. So what does this do? This is our power investor ability. It's the ability of the merchant. If I invest in a resource deposit and no extractor yet exists in that particular area, I will be the one to create it using my influence. But then I will share the money of it with the owner. We will both earn money the more empires are buying this resource. So we could erect a resource there and then start getting money from it. On the other hand, though, that will cost us some influence. I think this one's 25. And currently, we want to erect an outpost here sooner rather than later. Right? So, in order to do that, we're going to want to build the outpost first, right? Let's see if this is the best place for an outpost. It will take a while for us to attach this outpost to something else. So I am favoring going for high food yields so that it can grow in peace on its own. So how about this one? If we create the outpost here, it'll take 2 turns to get there, which means we can actually do the thing. We can make power investor either for obsidian, which is industry, for horses. Oh, we can't do it on horses yet, but we can also do it on silk, industry per silk on maker's quarter. Okay, so that's on maker's quarter specifically, but for obsidian, it's plus 2% industry per obsidian. Let's help Memphis for now. Yeah, why not? So this means that Memphis can suddenly now make use of obsidian, but so can we. If we trade for it, that is. So let's open up with the Egyptians.
You have my ear. Tell me what you wish to discuss.
I want to buy obsidian, my friend. Not bad. Yeah. 113. And what it gives us is more industry, which we kind of need because we need to increase our building ability. So let's do that. Let's buy it. 113.
A
We can
first
afford
trade
that.
link. So many interesting questions arise. Barter or currency? Exchange rates? Tolls and taxes to fill your coffers?
It's also a good thing because if Memphis, the Egyptians, start to become friendlier with us, maybe they'll leave us alone. So far, so good. And now Sidon, 100, 100. We are fully healed here. We can start exploring over here, I think. Yeah. So this is Olmec territory already, but this one isn't. We can try to claim Fuyue. Meanwhile, these guys, I will disband this unit so that we have more people here. But in return, but these ones I will heal up so that we can start exploring over there. And the turn. Alright, our stars are starting to really come into play now. The UI is telling me that we are close to our first agrarian star, which will give us 24 population. When we have 24 population, we will earn our agrarian star. Our science star is also close because we need to obtain 4 technologies for a science star. And our merchant star is also close because we've already collectively earned 392 money. So it's all coming together. Our havens should help with money, but it's taking a while. In the meantime, I think I can attach Sidon, Acelius Tertius, Acelius Tertius. I can attach it to Sidon, which I believe is a good idea given that there are already 2 populations here. But let's check. Our stability is 89. Not bad. If we attach it, our stability will start to drop because it's another territory. But we can make use of it. Let's do that. 69. Not so nice, but decent. Meanwhile, let us try traversing this territory, see if there's anything of interest that we can do. We can make an outpost. Claim it on our behalf. Not yet. It's close to 2 territories. I'm pretty sure this will piss someone off. Then what else? You. Have you done your outpost yet? Not yet. Here we go. So Arcade. The Mycenaeans automatically made a demand. I'm assuming they are seeing Arcade as their territory. So let's see.
I will listen to you if I must, but know that I resent it.
Woof. Okay. If we refuse the demand, they are going to give us war support. We're going to give them war support. But if we accept the demand, we lose Alcade. They are also, the Mycenaeans are a military culture. So it's not a good idea to piss them off at the moment, I guess. Their war support is higher than ours. We are more powerful than them, though. Oh, okay. Let's see what happens. There's a possibility that he declares war on us because he already has 78 war support, and by refusing this, it will give them an additional 10.
I am angry, and this does little to appease me.
It was but a trifle. Please carry on with your day.
Why are you so unhappy accepting the inevitable?
Okay, so what does this mean? Gamer Zack will probably have 100 war support against us sooner rather than later, which means it's a good idea to start investing in some archers. I didn't want to do that yet, but let's put archers in front for now. Also an archer here. 4 turns. No, we'll just leave that be. And then we end the turn. So look at that. We're almost at 600 estate stars. Estate influence rather, which means we'll get our first estate star. We're also close to our merchant star, close to our science and our agrarian star. So we're going to get almost in succession 4 stars, which will put us up to 5 stars total. Let us just station you here in Arcade. Let's look for our automatic guys. Explorers, go to Arcade because it looks like there's gonna be a fight here. So both of you go there. Who am I fighting here? These are the Egyptians, right? Silly Egyptians. Do we have... I have the high ground even. Why are they fighting me? Let's see. Yeah, you're losing this.
For your family!
So, Egyptians, what did that accomplish?
What concerns you today?
I demand tribute for your attack.
Agree to my reasonable demand, or I become unreasonable.
Do you not realize who I am?
Drawback of that is that since that happened, our trade with them has stopped. Since we are now... Oh wait, apparently that's not the case. Or is it? Trade. Suspended, there you go. Our trade with them is suspended because we currently have a crisis. They attacked us and I am demanding recompense. Whether or not that's a good idea, we'll find out soon, I guess. Then, let's see. I just wanted to establish an outpost. And it's not really a good place to establish an outpost either. Yeah. It's kind of sucky.
Follow me. Off we go.
Alright. We are going to turn the scouts into an army with the archer. So we'll put them there. And then these guys. Do I want to spend another influence? Actually, let's see what civics we can think of. Army composition. I think it's time to use army composition. So that we have professional soldiers. Which will give us +1 strength, combat strength on units. Alternatively, I could go for conscripts. Easier to do. And it will give us -30% cost, so it will become easier to create our army. Easier to make or stronger army overall? Interesting question, isn't it? Oh, but it also gives us +2 influence. Yeah, let's do that.
It does seem logical that people shouldn't have to do a job unless they want to.
That's true. So at least that helps us out a little bit. Then let's see what else we need to do. We will not get few UA for now. Oh, we kind of want to. So we'll keep them here. Skip the turn. Go to turn number 27.
I offer an excellent proposition.
If I do business with you, I'll want to take a bath afterwards.
Wow. Wow, Avatar. You're very, condescending. Let's do a counter offer for now. It's just 5 money. They might accept it, although I am assuming that they won't.
No, thank you. Take your feeble proposal elsewhere.
Fine.
I'm not sure what you're doing is such a good idea.
Do something clever today. Sign this treaty.
Okay, meanwhile, the Babylonians have more war support against us. But same thing. There's really no benefit to this at the moment, so I will counter your offer and they will refuse. Not a problem for me. Meanwhile, I'm in a hurry to finish this haven actually. So let's do
Your
that.
first harbour gives access to endless expanses of the vast blue seas, great voyages and discoveries. Should have done this ages ago.
We're in the ancient era. We're probably one of the first ones to have a harbor to begin with. So, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. Game. Meanwhile, let's have this luxury quarter. So that we can start selling our services. So that's neat. Huh. I think it's better to turn Deneb into a city also. A third city. And then from there, attach Alcade and Kekwan. And then Fuyue should be attached to Sidon. Sounds like the plan. That sounds like the plan. In the meantime, we will try to claim territory here. What's a good place for the territorial claims? Over here. Cannot be done without 35 influence. Wow. Alright. Let's... What shall we do? Let us get this guy back because he already has a veterancy star. Put him back home. This guy should go here. Skip their turn. This army should start exploring here. Oh, a bear. Oh, a bear. One idle army. Where are we going? We're supposed to be going to Alcade. Ignore the bear if you can. Okay. We're doing well. 2 cities, both of them producing havens. It's good for us. It's going to give us more money. And the turn. Our agrarian stars are almost there. Can we already use this again? I don't think so, not yet. 6 more turns. Can I use it on the other guy? 6 more turns. Okay, we have a combat somewhere. It's the bear. I knew it. Manual battle. Right, we're gonna be fighting bears. Move that here. Summon that. Get that to attack. No line of sight, huh? Attack. Not a problem, this bear. Bears are, unlike mammoths, aggressive, but they're not as strong as mammoths. So, that turned out okay for us.
Granted. We accept.
This is wondrous. Friend, come share a glass.
Ah. They basically accepted our demand, which gave them 10 war support, but also gave us money. And money is always good. It will help us gain our first merchant star. This one should go here and start healing. Other units. This unit should found this outpost. Pretty nice outpost if I might say so myself. And these guys can continue moving, exploring what else is available here. A redoubt. A violent tribe dwells in this place. Expect retaliation for sacking this camp, or even exploring nearby. This is technically our territory. It's within the boundaries of our city, so let's get rid of it, shall we? So let's move there. How do you even get there? I don't think you can go there. Unless you move through here, right? Yeah. I think you have to go back. Circle around. That's unfortunate. But also, it's a good place to have, like, defensive structures over there. So let's see how that works out for us, okay? Urals discovered. You discovered the breathtaking Urals mountain. Oh. Nice. And then I have the opportunity to meet Sus and Akkad for Acadia. You know, I think it's better if we try to influence Akkad, and if we can fold them into our city, we can attach Alcade and Deneb to them. Yeah, that's a good plan. It's a good plan. Currently, the Mycenaeans and an unknown culture are investing in Sus. In Sus. In Akkad, rather. Let's also invest. Double invest. There you go. We're going to start influencing this nation by giving them money. So, end turn. Access to my sage was purchased by the Olmecs for 10 money. Nice. So automatically, almost automatically, we are gaining something from that. And then we have earned enough faith to progress the tenets of Papa God. What will Papa God believe in? Currently, what do we know about Papa God? We know that they only have female priests. We know that they sacrifice chickens and read their entrails to divine the future. So, what else do we know? We can cause them to eschew gluttony. That's interesting. Because we do need money. Purge idleness will give us +2 food on coastal water and +2 food on lake. Oh, I think that's what I want. Yeah. It works out with us being close to the coast as well. And I think we have several lakes in our territory. So this is going to be pretty good for us. So we're going to purge idleness. We're going to use Papa God's tenet of indolence begetting only ill indolence. A true believer rests not, knowing their holy work is never done. Let's do that. Purge idleness. We can now also choose to model our religion over a real world religion. What this mostly does is aesthetic, although there are some events that are tied to certain religions. Since we are using Papa God right now, I don't think it would be morally correct to tie it to a real world religion right now. So instead, we will just keep using Papa God and choose the tenet of purge idleness. Yes, look at that. We now have +2 food on coastal water because of purge idleness. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's see if that already has an effect. The Phoenicians enacted purge idleness for your religion. Thank you. Let's see if that already has an effect. Farmers, mid-quarter. I don't think it does. Or if it does, I'm not seeing it. We are gaining population, so that might be happening without us noticing. We also just finished our artisans quarter, which means we are free to create new stuff. Okay. We currently have a stability of 80% going down to 78%. So we can afford to create a new district. I think right now the best way is to create another district. Oh, look at that. Oh, 24 food. 24 food. That is pretty nice. But it's also in an undefended area. So that's the drawback. Still, 24 food is pretty good. So we'll keep that. It will finish in 6 turns. Then I think I'm going to move you here so that you can start assaulting that area. That will keep on spawning enemies for us. So that's not ideal. Sidon is done. Their haven is done. So this one, I don't think we can create a new haven because we only have one territory for Sidon that is attached to the coastal waters. But still, we are going to be getting more money from here, I think. More food, rather. There you go, +2 food from Purge Idleness, Religion. Why only +2? I don't quite understand how that works yet, but it works, is what we know. So we'll keep on. Let's see. We have a lot of rivers, though. We can go for fishery so that there's food on our harbor. Or we can make pottery. I think we're going to go for pottery for now because we want to, like, bum rush our influence. That's good. And then idle armies. There's an idle army. You should go there. And then you should station here. Here we go. What else do we have? So far, so good. We should rename Sidon also. If our main city is BJtopia, Sidon should probably be named something else. We'll figure something out. And we're done. Moving on to turn 30. We're moving a lot faster this session than last time. Right. Agrarian stars.
Debate and discussion are not the pastimes of the idle, but the actions of thinkers and movers who will touch every aspect of civilization.
Cool, cool. So we now know writing, which means that influence cost of civics have been reduced by 20%. Our market quarter is now available to us, which will give us more money. We can now also have a food market, which will give more money per adjacent quarter. And now we can also have a house of scribes. So pretty good, pretty good.
Now, things that one generation learned can be passed to the next via something more reliable than campfire stories.
We were the first to discover writing out of all the religions in the world. Sorry, out of all the cultures in the world, we are the first to discover writing, and that gives us 50 fame. Pretty good. We also earned our first scientist star and our first merchant star. So it was a good bum rush, right? Next is we need a new district, which I think is doable soon. Can we pay off this district already? Not yet, but we are getting there. We have a new event, a game of prophecy. With the empire thriving, a new game hailing from a foreign land beguiles the population. Everywhere you go, the distinctive game board and pieces catching your eye. Insisting on a public demonstration, you play the game under instruction in your palace court. But the event has a sting in the tail. The game is reckoned to be a form of divination as well as entertainment. You know how we feel about divination, we have to do it properly. Gasps could be heard as the game's prophecy became clear. You are fated to lose everything. What will you do? We could silence them, so the prophecy will not spread. It will move us towards authoritarianism. We could overlook it, let them be defiant. It'll drop our stability. Not so bad. -5 isn't so bad. And the prophecy will soon prove false. We are going to be moving towards liberty. Or we could heed the prophecy, which will make us superstitious, dropping our science for a bit. I don't quite like that. Irrationality runs riot as citizens succumb to a time of hearsay, exaggeration, and superstition. Scientific advances will be slowed for 10 turns. But this will give us more faith also. If we do this, this will move us towards liberty. Liberty, right? And liberty provides us with more influence on our emblematic districts. Not bad. We kinda do want the influence. Meanwhile, we are currently in +2 faith. It will move us to +4 faith. Do we really need faith? Not at the moment, no. I think Overlook is better on us. Defiant on BJtopia for 10 turns. We can work with that. Let us confirm that. Let the people gossip. I, as your leader, will soon prove to be immune to your prophecies. I only believe in chicken prophecies. None of that chess things. Sure. And then we are able to choose our new technology. I think it's around time to get sailing. And then after that, we will go for irrigation, which will help with stability. We might actually want stability more. Yeah. We'll go for irrigation first. And then go to sailing. Like that. That works out for us. What's our next star? Builder star. Okay, and what are we building in each of our cities? This one is building pottery. This one is building haven. We want a second archer soon, so that these guys can be useful even more. Ooh, this is a bit of a problem, isn't it? Meanwhile, the unknown has gained renown as a merchant.
We judge people by their actions and are happy to meet you.
We haven't seen you yet, Nubians. The Nubian is controlled by the avatar, the Spiffing Brit, which I believe is another um, Twitch streamer. We don't know their attitude yet. And then Arcade converted to a new religion. That's ours. Papa God. Pretty good, pretty good. Deneb's population has gained 1. Pretty good also. We're doing well. We're doing well so far. And then these guys move. Everybody else moves. Why are you taking a while? Ah, because you're going to have to go through Akkad. You can do it. Just don't... Wow, we are kind of stuck here, huh? Let's see what we can do. Maybe we can enter Akkad. I think we are going to be peaceful with them. So we can move through them. Relatively no problem. In the meantime, is this available to us again? Not yet. 4 more turns. I kind of want to invest in my Kiwi's horses. So instead, I think we are just going to end our turn. Yeah, going to turn 31 now. Let's go. We got our estate star. That is for gaining a lot of influence over this game. And that means that we now have 5 out of 7 stars in the ancient era. We can actually progress to the next era fairly soon. The next one is builder stars, which I think we are going to be able to do sooner rather than later.
Proposition. Let us see what is possible.
All right, we both have war supports. Do you want to trade everything? You might want to trade everything, right? I kind of want your gemstone. Let's buy some gemstones. That's not so cool. Let's see. Are there other pieces of gems? Oh, they're all close together, huh? That's such a weird route. A land route would be more direct, right? Yeah, it's slightly more expensive, but at least it's just this one direct path. We can do that. We purchase that. This will help with stability, which we kind of need. And then can you move here? Combine with them. And now that we can combine these 2 units... Oh, you can't? Okay, move there then. Sidon is done. With pottery, if I'm not mistaken. How is your stability? Stability is a bit low, but still manageable. I think we can cancel this and instead build them here. That's the advantage of having 2 cities. In the meantime, next turn, we can attach Kekwan onto our primary city of BJtopia. Terror of the Bovines. Wow. Our decision to go towards tradition is making our culture more and more superstitious. The Empire is mired in tradition and beholden to the past, but no city is more unenlightened than the metropolis of BJtopia. In this superstitious place, where hearsay and myths run wild, farmyard animals are now being put on trial for crimes. After a herd of cattle were sentenced to be burnt on a pyre for conspiring against the Empire, one wealthy landowner has had enough. Now he petitions you to intervene. What is your stance on the judgment? If we concur, we draw great strength from our religious traditions. We must respect tradition, so it will increase our faith. If we overturn, the herd can be saved on condition that the landowner makes the city a breadbasket for the Empire. It's plus 10 food. It's not bad for 10 turns. It will also move us towards collectivism, which we haven't done yet. Scorch. It is time BJtopia became more enlightened. It will get a lot of science, which is nice. But it is not what we want right now. I think I want to move towards... I think I want to move towards collectivism. Although I'm not sure. I think... Fanatical? Maybe we can go fanatical. What do we need? We need builder stars. That's what we need. Let us concur. We draw great strength from our religious traditions, so the customs of BJtopia must be respected. Sacrifice those cows. They're not chickens anyway. Wait, we actually also kill the chickens for prophecies. So that doesn't quite follow. But okay. So far so good. 3 more turns until we can use Power Investor again. The archers here are starting to get built. Let's move you here. And then that will end the turn there. Our army here is a little bit locked because of Akkad. But I think Akkad is now tolerant of us. These independent people will not attack me. And they will share their map's vision with me. Currently, I am fighting for control with green, with my with the Mycenaeans.
Honestly with each other.
The Mycenaeans don't like us very much to begin with. Look at that population war support. I wonder. They're hesitant, right? Let's try to propose a non-aggression pact.
Here is a proposal to get your heart racing.
I cannot accept this as is, but a modest contribution might change my mind.
Alright, let's see. We are more powerful than them.
You did not need to do this, and certainly not this way.
We'll refuse it for now. That's a lot of money. Sorry, man.
Once again, you show how inadequate you are.
I see.
I see. I like Gamerzak. I mean, I follow him. So, I follow him on Twitch and on YouTube. So, I'm pretty fond of Gamerzak the streamer. Gamerzak the AI. Jury's still out on whether or not we like him. But for now, we currently have... What's this? We're currently going to try to take over this prairie over here. Should be fine. End the turn. One more turn and then we will take a break. Alright, first things first. Move there. Ooh, what do you know? Are we stronger than them? Yes, but not by much. So we really need to get rid of this because they will keep on spawning hostile units. Meanwhile, come on. We should be able to move past you now, right? Yeah. There you go. We need our armies back, man. And then I think we can attach Kekwan to BJtopia. But before we do that, let's check first if we can afford to do that. I think we can. But we will have to invest in stone rings immediately after. Because I kind of want Kekwan to already be with us because there's already 3 population there, which could be very useful to us. Although, having said that, we don't have the space for them. So we can wait. We can wait for a few turns. I think that's the smart thing to do. And then the Harappans bought our sage. The Harappans has gained renown as a merchant. And Sidon's population has gained by 1. Pretty good, pretty good. That means Sidon has more food production. Pretty cool. We will go to... We can get one more turn out of this before you go to 1.5 hours of play game time. So let's do that. And end the turn. Alright, so last turn before our break. Let's see what has happened. So that's are proposing to improve our relationship yet again by trading luxuries. But now they have strategics. They have access to copper, which we don't have quite yet. So now it is already in our best interest to start trading with them. They're still hesitant towards us. Let's counter this one more time. We're not in a hurry to get copper.
Still not enough.
You're like
Fine.
a dog doing tricks, but less impressive.
Wow. Our avatar's really spicy.
We've been going nowhere. Shall we try forward?
This? From you? Could be interesting.
Same deal? Yeah, same deal. You want my luxuries? You'll have to pay for it.
Maybe? No? Or would you...
Alright. Our archer should go here. And then Sidon is done. You're now down to 57 stability. That's a steep drop. That only means one thing. We're going to have to start building our holy sites. So in this case... Ooh, but I kind of want fisheries. Fisheries will take a while though. Alright, holy site it is then. We're going to make stone rings in an area that is not going to be very productive otherwise, which looks like here. I think so, right? Yeah, let's build it here. I'll take some time. Then after you finish building that, you're going to have to improve your production by... We have forests. Forest and river. Forest, forest, forest. So we can make lumberyard. We can actually do the lumberyard first. Yeah! Nice, nice. BJtopia, finish your haven so that we can get that builder star. And there it is. Our lovely haven that produces a lot of food. Yeah, it's only producing 3 food on its actual tile. But if you notice, it's also producing all this food in its adjacent tiles. And now we're starting to look like Southeast Asia with all these little kampongs. So I kind of like that. And BJtopia is done. It's dropping to 62 stability right now. What's our science? Currently we are going for irrigation. Just in time. Because the irrigation technology will give us public fountain, which will increase our stability. In the meantime, BJtopia should help with the stone rings. And now that we have all the food, 43 food, I think we can also afford to attach Kekwan or Akkad. Either of the two. If we attach Alcade rather. What does Alcade have? It has a population of 1. It's better to attach Kekwan, right? Yeah, it is. That said, if we attach Kekwan, we can no longer attach Deneb to... Yeah. I think it's better to attach Alcade. I changed my mind. Let's attach Alcade instead. Attach. There you go. Ooh, dropping to 42. Probably not our best choice. But here you go. Let's open this. Manual battle. And deployment. Let's move that back because they were injured. Move this forward. Move this here. No line of sight, huh?
Let's get out!
Finish off that guy first. Yeah, yeah. And this one has +4 from high ground, +1 from friendly units, and +1 from veterancy.
No fear!
Oof. That still hurt, huh? Okay. 21 strength, but it could die. So what we're going to do is back this off.
Off we go!
Put this here. Put them on defense. And then get our archer to make this attack.
No mercy!
Ooh, so close to dying we are. So now, let's move this here. Let's move this guy back. Back here. Get our archer to shoot first.
For your family!
Yes! No casualties. Right, we have completed 7 era stars. I think we can afford to hold off a little because I think we are the first one to get here. Remind me later. Because we got our military stars. It's pretty good. So, some plans. We're not going to do it yet because we want to get more stars if we can. But I think we will either go science for the Greeks so that we can start producing more of our science upgrades, or we could go with the Celts for food because we have been kind of focusing on food as much as we can. Now, I want to delay this for now because I want to... What was it? Because I want to erect some havens over here if I can. Because I believe that is something we can do. Like, look at that. Plus 19 food. That does give us -10 to districts, which means that there is a possibility that we will lose out on some of... We will lose out on the possibility of getting first pick on cultures later. But if we can hold off and get a haven here, that'll be awesome for us, right? So far so good. I think that is the good for this session. Goodbye.